At the beginning of the story, the narrator says, outer gods, the absolute entities, known as the supreme beings, have been creating multiple universes since ancient times. The supreme beings continuously create new universes and live within them. In the process of forming infinite substances, souls and laws came into existence. In this endless cycle, the supreme beings began to feel bored. To entertain themselves, they decided to pit their creations against one another. Watching their creations wreak havoc became a source of amusement for the supreme beings. However, this also meant that infinite creatures had to fight endlessly. To alleviate their boredom, this eternal battle became a necessary event. Everything was going as usual until something unexpected happened. One supreme being, while watching his never-ending war, was killed by his own creation. As soon as the other supreme beings from different dimensions learned of this, they gathered in one place and looked upon the world that had lost its master. Their fellow supreme being had been slain by his own creation, but this did not affect the other supreme beings at all. They all had the same thought. Whoever obtains the fallen master's power will become the new master. A change in the world. The scene shifts to Suho's school. He tells his friends, I got admitted to the Korean National University of Arts. His friends are utterly shocked. One of them exclaims, are you kidding? How could someone like you get into an art university? Another friend sighs, ugh, now I have to repeat another year. Suho laughs and replies, finally, I'll be free from this hell. Just then, Lee Yun-chul appears. Lee congratulates Suho and says, I heard you got into an art university. I had no idea you had any talent. Suho, however, does not recognize Lee and simply responds, oh, I see. Hearing this, Lee gets annoyed and corrects him. I'm not Kim Sang-chul, I'm Lee Yun-chul. Suho casually responds, oh, is that so? Lee then complains, because of you. My plan to take over the school was ruined. During their argument, a girl whispers to another, look at him, Lee is at it again. The second girl replies, we're about to graduate soon. I don't get why he keeps acting like a child. Another student chimes in, yeah, I don't understand why he always picks fights with Suho. That poor guy lost his parents, and yet he's still living his life as best as he can. Lee starts punching Suho, but Suho counters by kneeing him in the face and says, let's just live peacefully until we graduate. Lee laughs and says, what was that? It didn't hurt me at all. Then, suddenly, a strange power surges into Lee's hands. He attacks Suho, but Suho barely dodges. Lee's attack is so powerful that it breaks a locker. Even Lee himself is confused about what just happened. 2 years later, Suho is attending his art university. While walking toward the university, he notices that a gate has opened. It is a D-rank gate, and hunters have already entered it to clear the dungeon. Officials warn bystanders to stay away from the area. Suho mutters, another gate. 3 years ago, gates suddenly started appearing all over the world, bringing a massive change. These gates serve as portals to dungeons, and when a certain amount of time passes, monsters from the dungeon emerge and attack the outside world. However, along with these changes, some people also awakened special abilities and began using mana. Those who could wield mana started fighting back against the monsters, and eventually, the chaos began to subside. A person named Jin-chul, a key figure, founded the Hunter Association. Awakened individuals gathered, and a new profession, Hunter, was established. This helped control the situation much faster than expected. Now, society's divided into two groups, awakened and non-awakened. Suho enters his drawing class and thinks about how strong people can easily overpower the weak in this new world. He realizes, if hunters don't close the gates, the world will be destroyed. In other words, without awakened individuals, the non-awakened wouldn't survive. However, Suho feels useless and frustrated by this reality. But Suho wonders, if my father had been in this situation, how would he have overcome it? His drawing teacher notices his focus and asks, why are you so immersed in drawing today? Are you enjoying it that much? Suho replies, I just drew what I felt. The teacher looks at his artwork and comments, is this an ant? The way you've drawn it is quite creative, almost human-like. Suho has unknowingly drawn Baru, and wonders, why did I draw this? An unexpected outbreak. Back at the gate, hunters successfully clear the dungeon and exit. Hunter Kim informs his colleague, we completed the raid successfully, but we found something unusual inside the dungeon, a new type of monster, humanoid creatures with glowing blue flames coming from their eyes and mouths. They attacked using fangs and claws, but the hunters took minimal damage. However, Kim notes that he did get a small scratch from them. His colleague says, we've never seen monsters like this before. Good thing they weren't too dangerous. Kim agrees and begins preparing his mission report. Suddenly, a strange blue flame spreads from the corpse of one of these humanoid monsters. In the next moment, Kim bites one of his own teammates. Everyone panics as Kim, now infected, starts attacking others. The outbreak occurs right outside Suho's university, and students watch in horror as people turn into monsters. Suho also looks down and is completely shocked. His classmate exclaims, "Their eyes are glowing blue, just like those monsters." A girl panics and says, "Don't tell me, is this a dungeon break?" Panic spreads as students start running away. Suho sees a girl trapped under debris, asking for help, but he hesitates. "I'll go get the hunters." In his mind, he curses himself. Damn it, did I just abandon her to die? But as a non-awakened, he knows he can't do anything. Yet, deep inside, he questions himself. What would my father do if he were here? The monster slowly starts approaching the girl. The girl begins to cry. The monster leaps to bite the girl and almost reaches her. But just then, Suho attacks the monster with a fire extinguisher. He thinks to himself, if Dad were here, he would have done the same. Suho recalls, a long time ago, I had a dream about a game. On every floor, I became stronger to defeat the monsters. I leveled up and fought again and again. As the monsters grew stronger, so did I. After many challenges, I finally reached the final floor. The final boss I faced was incredibly strong. I knew he was my enemy, yet I was envious of his power. At the same time, I respected him. For some reason, that final boss was my dad. Maybe it was because I saw Dad's image in my dream. My dad was strong. How did he become so powerful? In the present, we see that Suho's attack has pushed the monster back. Suho thinks, what should I do now? He recalls, I heard that attacks from someone without mana have no effect on magic beasts. Just then, time stops. Suho is shocked. A notice appears before him. You have completed the secret quest, Courage of the Weak. You are now qualified to become a player. Will you accept? Suho sees this and says, this is just like that dream about the game. If I can fight the same way as in that dream, then there's no reason not to accept it. Besides, the situation here is really bad. Suho accepts. The system message appears. Congratulations. You are now a player. Since Suho completed a quest, he receives a reward, Great Kind Spell. This spell ensures Suho remains strong and healthy for a lifetime. Since this was a secret quest, the reward is special. For a normal quest, he also receives the Longevity effect, which heals Suho from all diseases and status effects. This ability will enhance even further when he sleeps. The system informs Suho that it will help him develop his abilities. Then, it warns, this is not a dream. You have only one life, so be careful. After seeing all this, Suho is thrilled. He thinks, this window is just like in the game, exactly as I imagined. Just then, another quest appears. Defeat the Mistborn and level up. Now, Suho can see the ranks of these beasts. The Mistborn monster is awakened rank. Suho tells the girl, run away from here quickly. The girl says, okay, and runs away. Two more Mistborn creatures appear. These are unawakened. Actually, they are humans who have turned into Mistborn. The awakened Mistborn is more powerful, while the non-awakened ones are weaker. Suho understands this immediately and thinks, if I have truly awakened, then these creatures are nothing to me. Suho punches an unawakened Mistborn, and with just one punch, it is defeated. Seeing this, Suho is shocked. Then, he easily defeats the second unawakened Mistborn and levels up. He also receives some rewards. Suho thinks, now I'm completely sure. I really have awakened. Suho punches a D-rank awakened Mistborn, but nothing happens to the monster. Suho is shocked. The Mistborn then attacks with its claws, landing a deep wound on Suho's chest. Suho kicks the Mistborn away and thinks, damn it, it wounded me. Will I turn into a magic beast now? Did I awaken just to transform into a magic beast immediately? Just then, a system message appears. A harmful status effect has been detected in your spirit. The longevity ability has removed this effect. Suho's wounds heal completely. Seeing this, he is astonished. He thinks, longevity? Oh, now that I think about it, I remember seeing this status window before. Mistborn attacks Suho again. He barely blocks it. Suho thinks, if I'm weaker than a D-rank Mistborn, that means I'm just an E-rank. Damn, I just awakened, and I'm already thinking about rank wars. The Mistborn starts overpowering Suho. Suho thinks, damn it, I must have something I can use. Then, he remembers the quest rewards he received earlier. Suho checks his rewards, and finds that he has 5 stat points and 2 strength stat points. He accepts the rewards. Suho's strength increases, and he kicks the Mistborn away. Immediately, he lands a powerful punch, but it's still not enough. The Mistborn isn't too affected, so Suho puts all his remaining stat points into strength, increasing it to 19. He then punches the Mistborn with full force, and this time, the Mistborn takes massive damage, crashing into a wall. Suho doesn't stop and lands another devastating punch, breaking the wall completely. The Mistborn falls and is defeated. Suho levels up to 3. Suho says, "I won," he thinks. "Now I'm truly awakened. I can protect people from this destruction." Suho looks outside to assess the situation, but suddenly, a C-rank awakened Mistborn attacks him. This is Hunter Kim, the one responsible for all this destruction. That's it for today's episode. We'll meet again in the next episode. The next episode will be released tomorrow, so subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. This is my new channel. From now on, all episodes of Solo Leveling Ragnarok will be uploaded on this channel. So, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Sayonara.